Yes. Sure. So we done last class में real numbers क्या है, what are the different types of real numbers are there, वगैरह वगैरह we studied, and then HCF, LCM and composite number के बारे में we learned. Okay, by prime factors method से we are learning the HCF, LCM वगैरह. Okay, अब थोड़ा आगे जाने वाला है, एक थ्योरम है और थ्योरम लिख लो. If let P be a prime number, let P be a prime number. If P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is a positive integer. लिखो. If let P be a prime number, if P divides A square, then P divides with A. अब ध्यान दो वीडियो. Okay. Suppose मान लो P is a prime number. If it is dividing, A is a positive integer. If P is a prime number, if it divides with A square, if this is true, then it also divides with A also. Example, suppose मान लो, example I'm telling you, like 2 is a prime number. मान लो if it is dividing with 4 square, it will divide, right? It is dividing with 4 square. 16 by 2 is 8. If this is true, definitely same prime number also divides with 4 also. Because A, right? A square compared with A square. A square से divide कर रहे हैं तो A से भी divide होगा. This is a theorem. Okay, ये theorem हम लोग use करने वाले हैं to prove irrational वगैरह. These all things. Okay, understood that theorem? If P is a prime number, if it divides with A square, it also divides with A. Use करना. चल. Now we'll use these theorems in the proving problems. Right? We have to prove root 2 is irrational number. A famous question है, exam में भी, main exams में भी आएगा. Standard questions. Okay. Root 2 is irrational number. Okay, we already know sir, root 2 is irrational. What to prove? Root 2 value?
1.414.
414 dot लगाने का. And root 3 value?
1.732.
1.732 so on dot. Okay. Now root 2 के लिए prove करने के लिए we have to go further in a contradictory method में जाने पड़ेगा. देखो, let एक follow करो, same method follow करो. Let us assume that root 2 is rational number. So we are assuming it is rational number first. Okay. Last में आपको if you can prove that it is not a rational number, definitely it is a rational number. Okay. So if it is rational number, I can write root 2 is equal to in the form of A by B form. A format लिख सकता हूँ. P by Q form, right? Rational number means. And condition क्या है? A is integer, B is integer, and A and B should be
Co-primes.
co-prime. A and B should be co-prime. Okay. So A and B should be integers and A and B should be co-primes. Co-primes means what is co-primes? We studied that natural number is divided into two parts, co-primes and prime number. Like composite number and co-primes. Okay. Co-primes means no common factors. No common factors should be there. This is a basic condition for rational number. Rational number में A and B should be integers and definitely they should be co-primes. This is a major thing. Agar if you are not able to prove that they are not co-primes, if you can prove they are not co-primes, then definitely it is not a rational number, then definitely it is a rational number. This is a major thing. Okay. So condition kya hai? We are assuming that it is rational number. Rational number can be written in the form of P by Q or A by B form. And what is the condition? A and B should be co-prime. Co-prime means no common factor should be there. Right? जैसा समझ में आया? Okay. Now क्या करूँगा? I will cross multiply. Root 2 B is equal to A. Squaring on both sides I'm doing. Squaring on both sides I'm doing. करो squaring on both sides कितना होगा? 2B square is equal to A square. क्या अंशिका? 2B square is equal to A square. Okay. मैं क्या करूँगा? एक 2 को उधर देख रहा हूँ. B square is equal to A square by 2. Now apply theorem. 2 is a prime number. If it is dividing with A square, this is a true statement. Okay. Then it also divides with A. Right? We are applying a theorem. So this is true. That means it also divides with A also. Clearly understood? Okay. From this, what we can conclude that 2 is a factor of A. 2 is a factor of A. Okay. If 2 is also a factor of B, then they have common factors. Then they are not co-primes. Hence, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, irrational number. Right? So we have to prove that root 2 is irrational number. Okay. Covered. Okay. Now क्या करूँगा? We have to prove that 2 is also factor of B. Right? So मैं क्या करूँगा? इसको ले रहा हूँ. कौन सा? B square is equal to A by 2. Right? Let B square is equal to some constant K. B square equals some constant K. Okay. Substitute करो इसमें. कितना होगा? K is equal to A by 2. So therefore A is equal to K. Right? A squaring on both sides वाला first equation मान लो. A value is equal to 2K वाला second equation. So substitute this 2 in 1. Okay. Substitute 2 in 1. सब करो कितना होगा? 2B square is equal to A square means उसका square क्या कितना होगा? 4K square. So therefore 2 to cancel 2 is 4. So B square is equal to 2K square implies K square is equal to B square by 2. Again apply करो. If 2 is a prime number, if it divides with B square, if this is true, it also divides with B also. That means from this what we can conclude? 2 is a factor of B. Now since 2 is a factor of A and B, they are not co-primes, hence our assumption is wrong. Therefore it is irrational number. वो लिखने का लिखो. Since 2 is a factor of A and B, since 2 is a factor of A and B, hence they are not co-primes. Hence they are not co-primes. Our assumption is wrong. Therefore, root 2 is irrational number. Therefore, root 2 is irrational number. Understood? किसी का डाउट है? आपको फर्स्ट 2 is a factor of A बोल के प्रूव किया. Then we have to eliminate B, right? That's why I took as K. We have to eliminate B. I got A in terms of constant. Then substitute in the squaring on both sides वाला equation में. Then we prove that 2 is also factor of B. So our co-primes are not, they are not co-primes. Hence our assumption is wrong. Therefore root 2 is irrational number. Okay. Now करो same model में करो एक बार. Okay, copy it. Root 3 is irrational. Same model, copy paste करो. ये ओल्ड टेक्निक है, वो अभी नहीं फॉलो कर रहे जनरली, ओल्ड मेथड में दे आर फॉलोइंग फ्रॉम सो मेनी इयर्स. So 3 is a prime number. If it divides with a square, it also divides with a. 3 is a factor of a बोल के आएगा. Now ये दोनों लेने का. Let b square is equal to a by 2 लेके same b square equal to k. 3 क्या आएगा? 3 is understood? Finished?
Yes, sir.
आपको हो गया? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is one type of model. Root 2, root 3, root 5. Directly you have to solve in this method only. So we're done. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. अध्याय हो गया आपका? Now we'll go for other method. This kind of one. Like two numbers will be there, like 5 minus root 3 is irrational number. See, one method is this is root 3. Root 3 का value क्या है? Irrational number, right? Like 1.732 so on dot irrational. Rational minus irrational will be irrational only always. मतलब one method is prove separately root 3 is irrational number. Then finally we should say that rational minus irrational is irrational number. Okay, that is one method, normal method. But NCERT में shortcut method also given. So shortcut method is right one. Okay, school में क्या बोला क्या कैसे करने के लिए? Normal 2-3 lines wala, or they will prove root 3 irrational. Which one they are following? School mein done this one, right? How they doing? How they done this one?
So they directly took root 3 as irrational only. They didn't prove it.
चल. So हम लोग शॉर्टकट मेथड फॉलो करेंगे, which is we have to स्कूल में एग्जाम्स में वही लिखने का, right? हम स्कूल पे नाम ना बोलेगा, बट उसका स्कूल के हिसाब से स्कूल के एग्जाम लिखो, बट बोर्ड एग्जाम में दिस वन मेथड इज यूजफुल. ओके, चलो. नाउ वी हैव टू प्रूव 5 minus root 3 is rational number. So मैं क्या करूंगा, let us assume that 5 minus root 3 is rational number. Rational number. Right? So since it is rational number, 5 minus root 3 is equal to a by b form. Right? Very important thing you have to understand is in a and b are integers. याद रखो, integer by integer is always rational number. Integer by integer is always rational number. Tell me, 22 by 7. It is rational or irrational?
Rational.
Sure?
Yes, sir. It's in P by Q.
Yes. Okay. P by Q form. Okay. Anybody? Anything? Adya? Rational or irrational?
Sir, isn't pi irrational though?
It is 5, right? 5 value. Okay. Atik?
Sir,
Wait. No. Sravya? Rational or irrational? 22 by 7.
Sir, rational.
Huh? Yourself can question.
Rational.
Your voice may be volume ज़्यादा लग रहा. और सीनियर?
Sir, I think it's irrational.
Irrational. Okay, but it is rational number. See, pi value approximately equal to 22 by 7, but pi value वो अभी तक देखा है some trillions, मतलब computerized में देखा some trillions decimals तक देखा, end नहीं होगा, lifetime end नहीं होगा pi value. But you know 22 by 7 is rational number only. 22 integer by integer is always rational number. मतलब some decimal के बाद ये stop हो जाएगा. ये बात approximate value लिया, pi value and 22 by 7 approximation से बना है. Okay, but not that is pi is irrational number. This is rational number. So याद रखो, always rational, integer by integer is always rational. Like it may be 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 6 by 5. Always this is rational number, right? Why we are able to write in the form of p by q. We are writing it in the form of p by q, and q is not equal to 0. It is always rational number. Okay. If we cannot able to write, that is irrational number, like root 3, root 2, that one, right? याद रखो that one we are using there. Fine. ठीक है. So ऐसा problems में क्या करने वाला है? You always send root one side and remaining all bring one side. Always root को corner पे करो, किधर भी. Okay. So मैं क्या है? Minus root 3 को इस तरफ पे का. So 5 a by b को इस तरफ लेके आ रहा हूँ. It is minus a by b is equal to root 3. 5 minus a by b is equal to root 3. ठीक है. If you want to take LCM, 5b minus a by b is equal to root 3. Now if you see, this number is a rational number, right? 5b minus a is a rational number, and b is also a rational number. Like you know, integer by integer is always a rational number, right? That means from this, since a, b are integers, therefore all integer by integer is always rational number, right? Therefore we got from this root 3 is rational number. Rational number. But we already proved root 3 is irrational, right? Before only we should say, but since you know root 3 is irrational, hence our assumption is wrong. Therefore 5 minus root 3 is irrational. इसमें ज्यादा सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. आपको क्या है, रूट को एक कॉर्नर पिक दो, सभी bring one side. You tell that this is a integer, this is also integer. Integer by integer is always rational number. We will get rational number in every term. But we know that it is root 3 is irrational. Our assumption is wrong. Therefore, 5 minus root 3 is rational. So, करो मॉडल एक और बेटा एक करो. वन मेथड इज रूट 3 रूट 5 वाला वो मेथड करो, ये वाला ऐसा करो. ओके, नो 3 रूट 2 इज इरेशनल. 2 लाइंस में आ जाएगा. लाइक 3 रूट 2 बी इरेशनल नंबर. देन क्या होगा, 3 रूट 2 is equal to a by b and a and b are integers. Also co-occurrences. Okay. Now root को इधर रखो, सब कुछ इधर लिख दो. So root 2 is equal to a by 3. Right? खलास. Now tell उसमें क्या क्या लिखेंगे? Since a b are integers, since a and b are integers, right? Therefore, integer by integer is rational number. Therefore, root 2 is rational number. Again, again, but we know that root 2 is irrational number. Hence, our assumption is wrong. Therefore, 3 into root 2 is rational number. पुराने मॉडल्स में ओल्ड में ऐसे करता था. They are not removing, actually they have to remove this type of models. We इससे lucky persons have before Euclid's division lemma will be there. उसमें बहुत डिटेल में आता था, like 3m plus 1 4m plus 1 ऐसे बोलता था, but बहुत प्रॉब्लम बोल के निकाल दिया. Those lucky persons. We have this type of models. Few years के बाद maybe this also they will remove, they'll put only HCF HCM will be there. Future. चलो हो गया. चलो करो. Root 5 minus root 3 is irrational number. 5 minus root 3 is irrational.
So this is the same question.
Same model.
Oh, same question.
Okay, same. Oh, ठीक है. हाँ, ये भी हो गया. 3 plus root 2. Yeah.
Oh, sir.
हाँ, करो. रूट को एक जगह में रख के सब कुछ उस तरफ फेंक दो. तो क्या चल रहा है? So क्या same, right? So suppose let this will be rational number a by b form. So like this आएगा 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to a by b. So root को रहेगा पूरा क्वेश्चन फेंक दो. So 2 root 5 is equal to a by b minus 3. So if I take LCM, 2 root 5 is equal to a minus 3b by b. So ये 2 को इधर नीचे फेंक दो. Root 5 is equal to a minus 3b by 2b. Now if you see a and b are integers, so this is rational number. Assumption is wrong, therefore this is rational. Okay. One more very important thing is that I saw one question like root 2 plus root 5 is irrational. क्या करेगा हाउ टू प्रूव रूट 2 प्लस रूट 5
So you can take sparing on both sides.
स्पेलिंग ऑफ बोर्ड सेट किया तो आपको इधर 2ab आएगा ना फिर से 2 रूट पे आएगा हाँ
2 10.
हाँ तो देखो ऐसे करना देखो लेट रूट 2 प्लस रूट 5 इज रेशनल सेम मॉडल करने का सिंपल रेशनल नंबर therefore root 2 plus root 5 is equal to a by b form and a and b should be integers. So क्या करेगा बोले तो you take one number one root to other side and sparing number search करो easy हो जाएगा okay so root 2 is equal to a by b minus root 5 right I'm squaring on both sides and squaring on both sides so क्या होगा so root 2 का 2 आएगा if I do a whole square a square plus b square minus 2ab 2 into a by b into whole 5 right now root वाला को छोड़ के सब कुछ इस तरफ ले एक जगह में लेके आओ ओके तो मैं क्या करूंगा ये पूरा टर्म्स को लेके आना इस तरफ 2 root 5 into a by b is equal to a this side I'm bringing a square by b square 5 minus 2 is 3 less than right I'm taking LCM 2 root 5 a by b is equal to a square plus 3b square by b square okay तो रूट को छोड़ के सब कुछ दूसरा देखना root 5 is equal to root 5 is equal to a square plus 3b square by b square into ये उधर गया तो क्या होगा b by a okay into 1 by 2 right now देखो this is integer a and b are integers so this is integer by integer the 1 by 2 is also integer पूरा integer आ गया therefore हम लोग root 5 is rational number but we know that root 5 is irrational hence our assumption is wrong therefore root 2 plus root 5 is irrational number बोल के बोले तो क्या है so 2 numbers वाला है तो आपको डरने का नहीं है एक नंबर को इस तरफ लेके आओ एंड स्क्वेयरिंग हम बोथ साइड करके रूट को छोड़ के सब कुछ इस तरफ लेके आओ लेके आने समय बहुत केयरफुल से लेके आने का उल्टा उल्टा किया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी तो integer by integer is always rational this also rational integer by integer 1 by 2 is also integer by integer therefore according to us root 5 is rational number but since we know root 5 is irrational our assumption is wrong hence root 2 plus root 5 is irrational standard problems है majorly real numbers में से 5 marks main exam में आएगा 5 marks आएगा वो उसमें क्या आएगा कंपल्सरी 1 क्वेश्चन तो 100% श्योर है root 2 root 3 वाला ऐसा क्वेश्चंस में आएगा एंड 1 more क्वेश्चंस में they'll tell LCM small prime factors ऐसा पूछेगा ऐसा क्वेश्चंस में आएगा ओके so by this completely your chapter done okay ये प्रूविंग वाला में root 2 root 3 root 5 वाला है एंड दूसरा वाला 2 2 वाला always send one side and tell that it is rational or assumption is wrong बोल के बोलेगा that's the 2 methods okay understood yes अभी इसमें क्या है अभी I uploaded the worksheet in the real numbers website में open कर लो वो website में 25 questions are given small questions only like 2 marks वाला दिया है okay so वो सबमिट कर लो आराम से by next week next class तक okay open करो